I was going to ask that. You stay.
I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to make sure you guys in the back. The only self-care ritual I have is the 10 minutes a night I pick food out of my teeth and adding Metamucil to every meal. The one who, where did that other girl go? The one who used to chase her ambitions and interests with a sparkly fever.
From Italy? Wonderful. Denmark. Oh my goodness, what an international base. Where? Ireland. Amazing. From Thailand. From Thailand, yes, we met. Okay, wonderful. Well, let's just get this show on the road because I definitely want you guys to participate.
Life is Lifey will teach you how to think for yourself again. You'll have a front row seat to your soul. The advice in this book isn't a prescription. I want you to feel everything, the jagged edges, the glorious aha moments, the places where confusion brushes elbows. After all, a miracle is just a shift in perspective with the help of someone who's got your back every step of the way. So that's what Life is Lifey is. It's not a book that tells you what to do, because I don't believe that advice is a one-size-fits-all model. But I finally was able to make the best choices for myself once I stopped listening to everyone else. Read the book, it's very conversational.
Life is Lifey, it meant something different than what it means to you now that you finished the book?
No, you know what's interesting? So here's what happened, is it was 2020, and I left my marriage. I was with my ex-husband, we were together for 18 years. We have 3 incredible children. And I knew that my future was not in that space anymore. I needed to go. And so, thank you. She's clapping for me. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. You feel it. No one else say it. No, I love it. What's your name, honey? Angelina. Say that again. Angelina. Angelina. Hi, Angelina. Thank you for being here.
I think she needs a microphone.
Angelina, if at any point you feel inspired to say anything, I want you to speak up. Okay. So yeah, and anyway, so it was 2020. I was going through a lot of transitions, as we all were during that time. And people would ask me how I'm doing. And I hate giving very obvious, oh, I'm fine, or whatever. So I just kind of came up with Life is Lifey. And that was my answer. And you know, it's so true, because life is kind of lifey. One minute you're up, and the next you're down, and then you're all around, and then you kind of think you haven't figured it out, and then a punch comes in, and you're like knocked back again. And what I really learned at that point in my life is you can't control the things that happen to you, but you can control how you look at them.
Okay, one more time. All right, so let me just say, blindly I said yes to this because I love this woman so much. She is like a sister to me. She's a great acting partner. I love her so much. And when we found out we were going to be in London filming the sequel together, it made it even better. So I got an early read of this. I mean, maybe about 2 weeks ago you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I learned so much about you. And I did, you know, all of it. And I think the coolest thing about it to me was, it was like you and I had known each other our entire lives, and you were letting me into your life 100%, full honesty. I think the tone that you write in is exactly how you speak, and that is one of my favorite things about you. And I want to know, when did you decide to write in that voice?
Yeah, thank you, and I love you so much. I'm so happy we get to inhabit these characters with each other again. for me, I'm the kind of person who, I get bored easily. And I don't like being lectured. So if someone is going to teach me something or give me advice on something, if it's not funny or if it doesn't grab me, I just kind of tune out, right? I have the attention span of like a gnat. To write with humor, and with vulnerability is something that I always strive for. Are there any Nora Ephron fans in the room? Do you guys know who Nora Ephron is? She is my biggest inspiration when it comes to writing, and actually quote her in the book. I had a lot of shit to figure out.
We have such a close relationship that we make plans all the time in Los Angeles, and we cancel them constantly. But as people that know and love each other, we go, it's fine. I know how I feel about you. I know how you feel about me, and I know if you needed me in that moment, you would be there. If I needed you, you would be there. If you needed me, I would be there. And so our phone conversations, the time we do spend together, I cherish them very much.
Yeah, me too.
I do have to say, the first time I was introduced to this beautiful Sarah Shahi was when I watched you on Sex Life.
Oh.
And I didn't know that I got to work with you so soon after that. And so when
You never told me you watched that show.
Oh, I watched it. Very sexy. And when I found out that we got to work together for the first film, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Sarah Shahi. Stand up a little straighter because of that show. And I do want to ask, because that character, there's so many parallels, I think, to your life and the stories you're telling in this book.
Yeah.
Did that character kind of break you open emotionally?
Yeah.
To give you permission?
Oh yeah, big time, you know? Prior to Sex Life, like, most women, I was living a life that felt very uninspired. I was overworked, I was overburdened, I was carrying the majority at home, I was working, and I was questioning a lot about my life, and really wondering, like, is this what I signed up for? Like, to feel constantly tired, to put my dreams last, to just live this very routine, paint by the numbers life?
As actors, we're just performing what's written on the page, and you usually don't have too much input on dialogue. This time around, in the book, you got to write from the heart, from your head, all of your feelings, and not have to follow a script. What was the biggest difference, would you say, in being an actress and being a writer?
Being the writer. Yeah, that's interesting. I've thought about that a lot, actually. It's like being an actor, you're saying someone else's words, right? But then when you write something, it's your words. And with my acting, I always come from a very deeply personal space. Even Zara, who is like the Terminator in heels, right? Like that's, and there is a side of me, I always try to pull from myself, right? And then it becomes very, almost, I can't describe it. It's a process that happens outside of myself almost, but it's deeply inside as well. It just came from such a sacred part of me. It's like, I'm truly exposed, and there's something.
I think we kind of brushed on this, but I do want to talk about yourself giving permission to yourself to write it a little bit more deeply. What was the catalyst? What was that? Do you remember that morning when you said, I'm going to write a book?
So I started writing over COVID. I started writing what I thought was going to be like a divorce journal. It was a very frustrating time for everybody, right? I had my Uber driver deliver a bottle of Lager Silver every morning by 9 a.m. just so I could get through homeschooling 3 children. It was just like, and I talk about it in the book, it was a humorous time, God bless that Uber driver. It was like spilling all my, I'm like, can you stay and talk to him across the fence, please? I started writing just what I thought would maybe be like a divorce journal. And then I'm happy to hand over the mic at any point. and it got such a massive response, it kind of gave me this confidence in myself and in my ability to touch people. And I remember when my reps, it was like 3 agents and 2 managers, and I had been with my...
It's about being in Toronto because I visit every year because of my family.
Yes.
And I know everywhere.
Yeah, LeGorman cookies.
Yeah. They're really nice.
They're the best cookies I've ever had in my
I also
life.
just wanted to ask, did you have any ketchup tips?
Ketchup tips?
Ketchup chips. You know, potato chips.
No, yes, I did. I do love those, but honestly, I have a massive sweet tooth. And so for me, LeGorman cookies at the end of every week, like that was the first stop. That's where I went. That, and I did make it over to Niagara.
Somebody came up to chat with us and said, "Oh, I used to work with one of those people."
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Sarah,
God, I don't remember this.
and
Oh, no.
Sarah goes,
Oh no. Taylor! What did I do?
"How do they feel about that decision?" And she had just had Black Adam come out.
Yeah.
We had Red White come out.
Yeah.
We had Paradise come out.
Yeah.
And his face just dropped like, ugh, to say to that. But that is Sarah Shahi right there. She just
There we go. There we go.
honest.
Well, thank you for that. And with that, do you want to open it up to the crowd? I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm not sure how much time we have.
Oh wait, does anybody get to read it? Has anybody get to read it?
Has anyone read the book yet? Have you guys? Yeah, some of you, you're just buying it today for the first time.
Because I want to ask what your favorite chapter title was.
I don't think.
And I don't think we'll see it yet.
Yeah, I don't think we see it. But so I'd love to open it up to you. Whatever questions or comments you have that you'd like to share. Yes.
Left your marriage, and I was just wondering, did you have a point where you thought, this is it? Or, and obviously it must have been extra difficult having children as well.
Yes.
I was just wondering, was there like a point where you're like, that's it?
I think there was, yeah. And I talk about this in my book, but you know, courage is not something that's built overnight. You know, it takes a long time, and courage is something you actively have to practice. You know, I think pain is something that we want to run away from when pain can be our biggest teacher. So it was when I finally chapter titles. So it means something to Well, we are, and you actually read it. There are children present. We are in the house of God.
Oh no, those are
God will mind. What's my favorite chapter title?
I loved your chapter on courage. I think you got a little tidbit from her right now. And, you know, as much as I know this book is for women.
Yeah. It is. It's through the female lens, for sure.
Through the female lens, I will say it is extremely universal. And I got so much out of each chapter. And just was all about self-reflection while reading it. Like, I don't think you have to be a woman to read this book to get what Sarah is dropping for you. I love No. No was a great chapter. And there's another
That
one.
one's all about learning how to say no. Because as you know, women, men, I feel like there's this, we twist ourselves into a pretzel to be able to be everything to everybody and to take care of everybody else's needs, when sometimes you need to learn how to say no. You know, men are beautiful in that way, the way that they're just able to be like, nah, and they don't provide an explanation. We have something to learn from our counterparts in that way, that we can just be like, no explanation needed.
And I said no the first time you asked me.
You
Oh,
did,
I
I
did
didn't
want to
hear.
ask you about your kids and this book.
Yeah.
Like, are they?
What's the question?
Well, I mean, when are they allowed to read it?
Yeah. So the book, you know, as I was saying, it's really inspired by my time on Sex Life. So there are chapters in there that are for adults, and I do have 3 children, and I've told them that they are not able to read the book. I have a dedication to them in the beginning, and the chapter on kids is really for them. But they know, and for the most part, I think they listen.
Who's next? I see a hand.
Yeah.
Long hair.
Hello Sarah, and hello Taylor as well. Actually, I'm someone like pretty much from like a young age, like I've not really given parents very much children. I've not really cared what people thought about me, but I feel like it's like, even if you realise that, then you're also, if you're surrounded with a lot, like you're seeing like your friends be people pleasers, like your family be people pleasers. So like, I want to ask, when you came to that realisation for yourself, of like, doing things yourself and not being a people pleaser, have you now been able to like pass that message on to other people and like found joy in seeing your advice helping them to choose themselves?
It is my heart's greatest pleasure. It is my purpose. Like I was always, even as a child, I was the person that mediated in our family members.
This is typically an actual question. It's runway adjacent. Then it's not about runway.
We were waiting for
Well,
it.
it kind of is. It is. I'm taking my opportunity, guys. So, I guess because the first movie is obviously a book adaptation, when you were filming it, did the book have any impact on, the characters that you were building in comparison to the script? Like, how much was the, obviously the script's Bible, but was there any part of you that was like, okay, but I'm gonna take for the book, and then I guess with the second movie, obviously you can't say anything, I'm not gonna ask anything. I'm guessing it's like obviously not based on any pre-existing text, so I wanted to ask, what's your process with the second movie in comparison to adapting a book? That's it.
You wrote the sequel, right?
Surprise.
I don't think I can answer that specifically, but I can speak. Look at all these phones that just went.
Sorry.
But I can't talk about.
Y'all didn't care when I was like opening up my heart.
I'm so sorry.
Recording that. We're talking about Red, White, Royal Blue and Taylor, and all of a sudden the phone. What is that?
I will say, working with Sarah is such a blessing. I can talk about our process together. Going in for a rehearsal, Sarah has this.
Yeah, I know.
This is her piece of paper with all of her lines on it, and she's studying them, and we're going through the script. And she walks onto a set like a bull in a china shop. And she, as soon as we are set, she's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna walk right here." And then I was thinking we turn here, and we have some business, and then we're gonna walk here and do this, this, and this. And so we're kind of on the sound stage before we even get to the actual shooting location. And we all look at her like, okay, cool. No, I know what it looks like where we're shooting. It's 10 by 10. And Sarah thinks it was like 100-foot space. So we walk in and she's just like ready to take her jacket off and go. And she's like, okay. So where was I going? How are we? Okay, what were you thinking? And once we get in those parameters of where we're gonna shoot, because there was something that we shot yesterday, and it was, we both went in with like, okay, it's gonna be this, and this, and everything shifted. And she's so great at adapting to her environment. And I learned so much from you in that, because a lot of times you're like, you're coming from the theater, you're like, oh, this is how it needs to be, and you stop here, and you turn, and you do that every night, right? Whereas like on a TV show or a film, you just get so much more time to play and space and different camera angles and different setups. I mean, we had how many, like 7 setups yesterday?
I don't know, it was a lot though.
And after the third one, she just goes, we got that, right? I mean, what more could we be doing? And I said, well, the sun's going down, Sarah. I think we gotta turn around. She's like, I don't think we have to do that. I don't think we can do it anymore.
Yeah, we don't need to see all sides of the scene. Just like 2 sides is fine. Audience can fill in the rest of their imagination.
Yes, but
They know.
throughout, you never gave less energy. You always gave more energy. You're always giving 110%. And I mean, I know I'm tap dancing around your question because I'm in trouble if I actually answer it.
Our producers are here, so.
Right now.
Yeah,
guys.
So they're taking.
Yeah, all the phones are turning over there now. All the phones are turning over there.
But it's just such a blessing working with an actress like Sarah, because every time you do it, there's something new that happens, and then for me, I get to react to that newness, which is like, chef's kiss. Sometimes you get actors that just don't act with you, and it's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer your question, and then I'm gonna spin it into a life lesson. In regards to your question.
So in today's society, with so much expectations from people, what would be a piece advice that you would be giving to your younger self?
To trust myself more. That would be it. It's that, and I've done this many times in a meditation, where I've gone back to versions of my younger self. Like, I have a lot of abandonment issues from my dad, and I just give that little girl a hug and say, guess what? Like, everything's gonna be amazing. Like, you're gonna be more than all right. You're gonna have the life of your dreams. You're gonna get to do what you love and have 3 amazing kids. And even though Leonardo DiCaprio is not rubbing sunscreen on your back right now, like, there's still hope. It would be trust yourself. Okay, wait, yeah, go.
Mine would be quick. Mine is just to not care what people think.
Yes.
For the second part of my answer, I would like to take a selfie because I still have 35 seconds.
Yeah.